It's V Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
We come to you tonight from Orlando, Florida. An awfully intriguing matchup of the non-conference. Missouri against UCF and 7'6" Taco Fall. The Tigers and Knights here on ESPN2. Great pleasure to be with you tonight. Kevin Brown, happy to welcome the longtime Georgetown coach John Thompson III to our ESPN family. John, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here, part of the family.
It should be an awesome game tonight, too. And when this was scheduled, we all thought we'd see Michael Porter Jr., one of the top young players in the nation. He is out due to injury, but this is still a terrific Missouri team.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, at the start of the year, we all anticipated this was going to be Michael Porter and friends. Well, we're finding out that the friends are pretty good. You know, he has his brother who's playing extremely well, Jonte Porter, and they're getting a lot of help on the perimeter. On the perimeter, we have Cassius Robertson, transfer student, a knockdown, dead-eye shooter. It's going to be fun here tonight.
Robertson, their leading three-point shooter. Meanwhile, for UCF, Taco Fall is the headliner. He's awfully hard to miss. 7'6", one of the tallest humans in the world, and getting better every year.
Taco's going to be a problem. Missouri's going to have to find a way to negate him on the interior.
All-American Conference Defensive Player of the Year last year. The tip won by UCF. The Knights in their home white. Missouri in the road dark grays. Knights are 4-2. Tigers 5-2. Both teams just coming off play in Orlando with the Advocare Invitational last weekend. Missouri lost to the championship game to West Virginia. UCF lost to St. John's in the third-place game. And the Knights are on the board first with A.J. Davis. A.J.
Davis doing what he does. He's been extremely effective for UCF. One thing that jumps out to me is UCF is going with Georgie Moomin at the guard position, hopefully to get a little more perimeter shooting in there.
He's a walkout. It's his first career start in 4 years, but he is a shooter. Air ball from the vaunted freshman Jeremiah Tillman, and here is UCF. Now this is a team with some key injuries. You see the starting five there. No B.J. Taylor, out a few more weeks with a fractured foot, and no Aubrey Dawkins, Coach Johnny's son, out for the year with a torn labrum. But they have Terrell Allen playing the point guard and cleaning up his own miss.
They do, and in a perfect world, I don't think Coach Dawkins will want Terrell to play the minutes that he's been playing, but I think long-term, B.J. gets back. The minutes that he's playing now is going to help the team in the long run.
Offensive foul against Missouri as we take a look at B.J. Taylor. Second team American Conference point guard last year, 17.5 points per game. And this offense, frankly, has gone into a bit of a drought without him. They've been in the 40s the last two games, which makes this start even more important.
A drought is an understatement. And they don't just miss the points that he provides. He makes life easier on everyone else. He gets other guys shots. The defenses have to pay so much attention to him that his teammates get better looks when he's out there.
Travel against Terrell Allen. That's called by Chuck Jones, along with Ted Valentine and Doug Sermons are officials tonight. There is Johnny Dawkins. Second season at UCF, did a terrific job last year. Knights were 24-12, made the Final Four of the NIT. This season, UCF received votes in the AP preseason poll for the first time in school history. No stretch to say this is their most anticipated season in Division I history. Tillman inside with a scoop, fall a little late to close, and the freshman Jeremiah Tillman scores.
And you see the first couple of possessions, at least two out of the first three, Missouri's going inside. They're trying to take it right at Taco, and have been pretty effective.
Cesar De Jesus, redshirt freshman from Baltimore, with Fall fouled underneath by Tillman. New head coach for Missouri, Conzo Martin, came over after 3 years at Cal. He brought Michael Porter Sr. with him as an assistant. Michael Jr. and Jonte Porter, who will come off the bench, followed. It's part of a great recruiting class. I mean, to rebuild the program as quickly as he did is something you don't often see.
No, it doesn't happen too often. As you said, he had a great recruiting class. As I said in the opening, you know, a lot of people focus on Michael Porter, but the other guys he brought in have stepped up and stepped in right away.
There's an offensive rebound for Georgie Moomin, making his first career start. A walk-on number 33. Down the lane to Jesus. And the rebound cleared by Jordan Barnett for Missouri.
You see in that possession, UCF got several offensive rebounds, and that's going to be key. Both of these teams are very, very good. Right on cue, Missouri gets an offensive rebound. Both of these teams are very good rebounding team, and who wins the boards, I think, will go a long way to determine who wins the game.
Missouri leading the SEC, and of course UCF has fall. And what a move by Tillman, ducking under. He is the first two for Mizzou.
Correct. You play against someone like Taco, I think the key is to go right at his chest. You can't be cute, you can't flip stuff up there. You see, twice now Tillman has gone right directly at Taco's body and been able to get shots off. You see him backing down and going right towards the body. He's not shooting fadeaways. He's not going straight up. He's almost initiating contact with the shot blocker, which makes it more difficult for the shot blocker to use his height as an advantage.
We saw in the shoot-around today the way Missouri was working around it. You heard of teams doing this, is they used a court mop. One of their assistants was holding up a mop up high to simulate Taco's reach at 7'6".
Yeah, you know what? I think that mop might have still been a few inches shorter than what Taco really is once he puts his arms up in the air.
It's an 8'4" wingspan for Fall, the junior out of Senegal. Here's the freshman Blake Harris for Missouri. A three for Barnett, and he's got the first triple for the Tigers.
You know, and what I'm impressed by that possession is Blake Harris. Missouri needs him to start to feel comfortable. He started the last couple of games, but hasn't played that many minutes. I think long term, he's their point guard of the future, and they're just trying to get him acclimated and settled in. So it's good to see him get in and get an assist early.
There's a tough floater for Cesar De Jesus. Harris trying to push the tempo. Freshman at Word of God Christian Academy in Raleigh, who is a flip from Washington when Lorenzo Romar was let go and when Conzo Martin and Michael Porter Sr. came to Missouri.
Here he goes again, creating, kicking out. That's pretty.
Perrier a step back. Tillman fighting for the rebound, and it's there for Taco Fall. A.J. Davis. A straight-on three for UCF.
That's very good ball movement by UCF. They changed sides of the court, they shared the game, and when A.J. gets those wide-open shots, they're going to go in more often than not.
I'll tell you what, after UCF scored in the 40s, just 43 against St. John's on Sunday, Johnny Dawkins has to love this start offensively. Maybe not defensively, as Tillman hits another two.
No, you're exactly right. The defense will be there. That's their staple. That's what they hang their hat on. That's what they're going to win games with. The offense, as you alluded to earlier, has not been good. So to get off to this start, I think is good for UCF. They're making shots. When they make shots, they can be dangerous.
Only shoot 21.7% from three, averaging just 3 made three-pointers a game on the year. Here's the flip up to Fall. Taco kicked out of a double, maybe triple team. Davis misses on another three, and the rebound cleared by Tillman for Missouri.
No, you're right. They doubled Taco, and I think that's the plan when he gets it down there. They're coming on the catch. They're not waiting until he puts it down. Taco's a little tired right now.
He will get a break at the next stoppage. We are still not yet at the under 16. Chad Brown will check in for UCF.
This will be a pin down for Taco. They're looking to get it in. Here comes the double.
With the left.
Yes. The big fella. That's what I talked about. He's worked very hard on his offensive game. That was a nice little turnaround lefty jump hook. You're not going to be able to stop that when a 7'6" player is shooting that shot.
How do you stop? Do you have to stop him from getting that position?
You want to push him out and do what they're doing. They're trying to double to get it out of his hands. But if Taco gets it that deep, it's just a matter of whether the ball goes in or it doesn't go in. The defense can't affect it at all.
Here is Robertson. Deadly three-point shooter, too deep. Tillman clears the offensive board, goes right into Taco, and that shot's no good.
Robertson usually knocks that shot down. But once again, you see yet again another offensive rebound. A lot of tired guys on the court right now.
De Jesus. They really like the way this kid can score from tough angles. Redshirt freshman who was not cleared by the NCAA last year. Brings a lot of energy to this team.
He has. He's off to a good start.
A couple of baskets for him. Barnett. Too strong.
Another offensive rebound by Tillman.
How about that? That's his third. And this is going the other way. The charge drawn by Moomin. energy early for the walk-on. And a strong start for UCF.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Panera Bread, food as it should be, and K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K.
You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. UCF in this non-conference game with the lead at home. It is quite a weekend for the Knights. That right there might belong to them in a couple of days. UCF football playing for the American Conference Championship game. The Knights with a huge win, 49-42 in the War on I-4 Friday against USF. Mackenzie Milton was awesome. Shaquem Griffin leading the Knights defense. Scott Frost and UCF get Memphis. The winner of that game all but assuredly will get a group of 5 bid to play in a New Year's 6 bowl game. That game, of course, noon Eastern, as you saw on ABC this Saturday. Saw our college football crew trickling into the hotel as we left for this one.
We get our first look at Jonte Porter, who's checked into the game. Fans are going to see what a versatile player he is.
Number 11 in gray and gold for Missouri. What do you like about his game?
Well, I like his versatility. He's someone that makes others better. He throws passes at his height at 6'11", 6'10", whatever he is. He can facilitate and be, you know, almost what people want to call like a point forward with his passing and vision.
Chad Brown, A.J. Davis there for the denial on Nico. Allen with his scoop around. Brown tips it, but the ball was in the cylinder.
I like the aggressiveness of Allen so far today. They need him to be aggressive. They're going to need him to continue to grow. Good call. Good call. That's the right call. Fans don't like it, but that's the right call.
Just showed it on the big screen here. The fans still don't like it.
They still don't like it.
Ted Valentine with a whistle as Missouri has possession. This one knocked away. It's a great UCF defense, so the Knights pick up a takeaway. Last season, UCF led the nation in field goal percentage defense, 36.5% against. Dayon Griffin with a 3. They need him.
They need him to start to do that. Coach Dawkins has been waiting for that. That's good. That's a good sign for them. And you're right. You talked about the 36.5% field goal percentage defense. They're right at that point this year.
12-2 run for the Knights. Reed Nico, the sophomore, trying to go over Brown, who made life difficult.
Here comes Allen again.
Transfer from Drexel, the redshirt sophomore. One of 7 transfers on this UCF roster. Allen straight on. And the rebound to Jonte Porter.
Look at the big fella bringing the ball up the court. He's going to initiate the offense.
You called him that point forward, and they love his unselfishness here. He is the younger brother of Michael Jr., but he reclassified to be eligible for this year. So both Michael and Jonte are technically freshmen. Geist is fouled. Terrell Allen not allowing Geist to get some room in that cylinder. Dayon Griffin, the transfer from Louisiana Tech, with an early 3 for UCF.
Let's all unite. That was Jimmy V's dream.
The Big Apple is lit. Zags and Cats, Cuse in Connecticut. It's the Jimmy V Classic.
Terrific doubleheader next Tuesday in the Jimmy V Classic. Part of V Week here. V.org/donate. Very simple. You can go there right now. Every donation benefits the V Foundation for Cancer Research. That's why we're also thrilled to be here on V Week. Honor the amazing work that Jimmy V and the folks at the V Foundation have done over the years. Early lead for UCF here in Orlando. It's 16-9. This Missouri team, John, has gone cold from the field.
They have, and the credit goes to UCF's defense. As I said earlier, I mean, that's their trick. That's their staple is defending. Missouri has not scored in the last 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Coming out of timeout, you see UCF goes to a zone, which they play a lot of. It's an aggressive zone with the wings. The forwards play high. The forwards come all the way up to the three-point line up top if necessary.
Heard Johnny Dawkins talking at practice about needing to pressure just about everyone on this Missouri team. Geist with a second on the shot clock, and that is a 30-second violation. Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, great college hoops doubleheader for you. First we'll go to Rupp, where Harvard visits number 7 Kentucky, and second-ranked Kansas takes on Syracuse at the 3rd annual Hoop Hall Miami Invitational at 5:30. Both games on ESPN as well as streaming live on the ESPN app.
Down the other end, it's a very good change of defenses coming out of the possession for UCF. Calls the shot clock violation.
This one thrown away by Nathan Lang.
It was there. That sprint on ball slip where Davis is slipping the screen going to the rim was wide open. The pass was just a little off.
It's a Missouri team that scored 90 points 3 times this year, but you look at that, 0 for their last 6, and midway through the first half, they're on pace for 36 points.
Well, I think that'll change, but with the exception of a few early touches, and now they go back to the post. Good decision. With the exception of a few early post touches, every possession has been a chore for Missouri.
How do they get open looks, Missouri, when they're working best?
I think they just have to mix it up. They have to go play inside out, get the ball into the paint, then kick it out. But it's hard against UCF. I mean, it's easy to sit over here in this chair and make suggestions when I'm not out there playing against that UCF defense.
He's a little different from this chair, right?
It's a lot different from this chair.
3 to shoot for Davis. Up over Jonte, got his own miss, got the rim, and a foul.
Got the offensive rebound.
Fouled by Jonte Porter, his first.
That's just a sign of Davis's stick-to-itiveness. And he didn't have a clean shot. He puts it up. He goes after his own rebound, and now he's at the foul line.
A.J. Davis actually began his career playing for Conzo Martin, the man on the other sideline. Started at Tennessee when Martin was there. Transferred to UCF, where he's played for the last 3 years.
Yeah, and it was good to see those guys catching up a little bit at today's shoot-around. Obviously, they're still very, very close.
A.J. the son of Antonio Davis, terrific NBA All-Star, and he hits 1 for 2. Nice to go to the bench for Miles Douglas.
Miles Douglas is one of the young guys, freshman, that's getting quality minutes because of injuries. That long term is really going to pay off. The coaching staff is really excited about him. He's a player that can do a lot of different things on the court, offensively as well as defensively.
Number 5 in the middle of that zone for UCF. Eight to shoot for Missouri. Geist going into Lang, and a travel.
I tell you what. That's good defense. That's good defense. Removing the feet, staying in front. Geist is trying to push through, but once again, this UCF defense, Missouri has 9 points with 8 minutes and 43 seconds left in the half, and they had to work for those 9.
They've turned it over 5 times. They've made just 4 shots. Knights have brought Taco Fall back into the game, an early bucket for him.
This is trying to dump this into Taco.
Griffin, beg your pardon, to Jesus. Left it long, the rebound to Blake Harris. More early minutes here for Missouri, the freshman point guard. Barnett, a transition triple. That was way off the mark. And a foul called as Fall fought for the rebound. It'll be Taco Fall's first.
It's interesting. You watch Taco, and as an opponent, you have to get used to playing against someone that size. As his teammate, you do, but the officials do also. It's not they don't see someone that size, and the angles that he approaches the opposition and how he bumps and touches people is just different. The officials have to make an adjustment just as well as Missouri has to make an adjustment to playing with Taco on the floor.
Might send Jesus to the bench. What's the adjustment that UCF has to make? It would seem, well, it's simple. You throw it up to the 7'6" guy. Why is it not quite that simple?
Well, I think a lot of the reason is Missouri and all of their opponents make a point to try to take that away. That's nice, good movement against the zone. You want to get the ball into the heart of the zone, the overload, the middle of the zone, or that little short corner baseline area. Those are the best passing positions from the zone.
First points in about 7 minutes coming for the Tigers officially. 6:57. Screen set by Fall. And Allen misses the jumper. Taco had the offensive rebound knocked away from his hands.
Here's that last offensive possession. They work it around, they get it to the short corner, cut from the top, wide open layup.
And thank you. We look at Conzo Martin, the head coach for Missouri. It's a bit of a homecoming for him. Born in St. Louis, hometown of East St. Louis, Missouri State, Tennessee, Cal, and 3 years at all three of those spots. He is hoping to be here and build this program for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, and Conzo spent that last time out trying to figure out how to generate some offense. You know, the first 5 minutes of the game, they were 4 for 7. Since then, since that point, they're 1 for 9 with 4 turnovers.
Griffin a long three. That was off the mark once it left its hand. The rebound to Jeremiah Tillman, who has 6 and 5 right now for Mizzou. Terrence Phillips into the game for Missouri. His pass poked away.
Now we'll see if Missouri can get a little more movement. They go inside to Tillman. Hooked him. Yes, he did.
Offensive foul. Tillman's second foul of the game. That has been an issue for him. Early foul trouble.
Yeah, you see him trying to go around Taco right here. And he goes into his move, and you see him just put that hook around. Boom, that's a foul. I think they should still keep going into the post. Tillman is out now with fouls, which he's had trouble with all year. But then play out of that. You saw the cutter cutting from the opposite baseline wide open just when Tillman was called for that foul.
Inside to Fall, going to work on Jonte Porter.
Cannot do anything about that. The double team has to come almost on the pass when Taco has post position that deep.
How do you stop him from getting that deep in the first place?
You have to do your work early. You have to attack him while he's trying to set up and not let him get there. You literally just have to attack him before he gets set.
Robertson, their best three-point shooter, and he has his first points.
And if UCF is going to stay in that zone, which they do at times, Missouri's going to have to find a way to get Robertson shots. Back in the Taco.
Out of the double, McSpadden. Davis got a hand on that, but it's taken up by Barnett. Phillips. Better ball movement now for Missouri. Robertson's pass into traffic, though, and stolen.
Great anticipation.
Allen a three. Rebound, Jonte Porter.
See, I think UCF's getting a little complacent offensively. With the exception of Taco's last move, they're settling for jump shots. They need to go in and go out, keep going in Taco, try to get some penetration, and then kick out. They're just passing the ball around the perimeter themselves and taking perimeter shots.
And they're a team that's shooting under 22% from three on the year. They've already taken 8. Only hit 1 last game and a 3-point loss to St. John's.
And won the game prior to that also. They're trying to go into Taco.
And a travel is called against McSpadden.
Now here we see Taco a few possessions ago. Look, he's buried. He catches the ball inside the circle. You can't do anything about that. Now, we missed the first couple of passes on this possession, but you see Missouri swings the ball around and they get the ball on ball reversal. They get the ball to Robertson, their best shooter, in the corner. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Robertson, a graduate transfer from Canisius, career 40% three-point shooter. Scored 1,000 at Canisius.
Now let's see if we can get some movement from the ball. Can we change sides of the court?
Porter dumps it in per year, going to work on Fall. The 6-7 per year. You like that shot?
I do like that shot for him. He's their best post player, even though he's 6'7", post scorer, I should say. And it just didn't go in. They had good movement. They dumped it into the top. A good position on Taco. And here comes the double team now. Good. You force Taco to take 2 dribbles out.
Allen 5 to shoot. Got to get something going. Allen. UCF has gone cold from the field, but that'll help.
That'll help. That'll help. Taco, his height. You box him out all you want, he just reaches over you.
6 points for Taco Fall. At the other end, Missouri answers a 2-pointer from Jordan Barnett, who has had a quiet start after his second career double-double on Sunday.
Taco's a little tired right now.
He'll get a break at the next stoppage. He still wants the ball. Out of the double, and a takeaway for Phillips. Here is Barnett, and a one-hand thunder.
And see, that's what that double team does. Taco was almost passing the ball before he caught it. He has to absorb that double team and then make a decision.
I think Johnny Dawkins saw what you saw. Calls a timeout to get Taco Fall on his night some rest. A couple of quick buckets for Missouri. Jordan Barnett up and away.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps.
And look forward to that. 3:37 of game action away from halftime. Looks like the UCF Thanksgiving. No, that's a UCF taco. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it's a cornucopia. The Taco Fall headdresses. Unfortunately, it's not 2 days prior. It's not a Taco Tuesday, but we'll do our best.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah. Smart, you learn quickly. Taco Fall out of the game right now for UCF. 6 points and a couple of rebounds. Chad Brown is in with a basketball. Good
Nice
ball movement.
Nice movement.
Allen. Officials will get together. That hit the underside of the basket. That will stay with UCF with 6 to shoot.
6 seconds to shoot. Allen has to penetrate right there and kick it out. There was nothing there. He drew 3 bodies around him. He now has to kick it out to an open shooter.
Allen just 1 for 7 now in the game. Davis. Rebound for Terrence Phillips. Missouri can tie with a 3. Porter. Tried to do just that. The ball knocked in the hands of DeJesus. Tigers 8 for 22 so far. 2 of 7 from deep as Nico snatches this one away. Numbers for Mizzou. Robertson. It's it back from Van Leer. That's his hot spot. And Robertson cans a triple.
This is a key possession for UCF. They all of a sudden have gone ice cold at the offensive end and are having trouble scoring. Slowly but surely, Missouri's gaining confidence.
Moomin. That is way off the mark.
Way off.
Senior.
Coach Dawkins has him in the game to make that shot.
Walk on from Montenegro. UCF shot just 26%, 14 of 53 last time out. They have gone a little cold from the field. 12-4 Missouri run. Cullen Van Leer. That was way off the mark. Saved by Jonte Porter.
Hustle.
What a play. Robertson puts Missouri in the lead.
That you want to give that basket to Porter almost. Great save underneath. Throws it out, and then they kick it to open Roberts.
I mean, can he at least get a hot?
It's V Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
Halftime here in Orlando. The lead for the visitors out of the SEC. Missouri 29, UCF 24 as we begin the second half. Kevin Brown, John Thompson III. We apologize. We were knocked off air for a bit. There's apparently a big power outage on campus, which is the sort of thing that the electromagnetic forces of a Syracuse and a Georgetown person being together does, I think. What do you think of that first half in terms of UCF, the start they had and the way they played inside?
Well, you know, I think that they have to continue to go inside. They were effective when they got paint touches. And there are different kinds of paint touches. I'm not just talking about throwing it into Taco. I'm talking about getting the ball to other people in the paint. I'm talking about penetration to get the ball into the paint. I'm talking about getting the ball to Taco deep into the paint. And so UCF has to continue to do that. Down the other end, you see Robertson into the half scoring 11 of Missouri's final 18 points. And he got warmed up, hit that shot in the corner. And then that's the last basket of the half right there. But he has to continue to produce like he did towards the latter part of the half for Missouri to hold on to this. Robertson
leading the way, 11 of Missouri's 29. For UCF, Davis and Fall have 6. And Robertson
starts off right where he left off. The threat of that shot allows him to penetrate and get to the basket because people are closing out on him so hard.
Tigers with 13 of 29 from the field. UCF shooting 36%. The Knights have 7 turnovers. Each team has 7. Inside to Fall. Single covered by Tillman plus a foul.
Deep paint touch to Taco again. And that's key because that's Tillman's fourth foul? Third foul. You're going to look, even with the sub, Jonte Porter is coming in for Tillman right away, 33 seconds into the half. But watch next possession. UCF's probably going to go right back to Taco again.
Wasn't much contact with the foul. Officials had it on the arm as Tillman tried to go straight up. And Fall's free throw is off the mark. 8 points to lead the way now for Taco. 4 for 4 from the field. Only 4 free throws combined in the game in the first half. Each team 1 for 2. Porter posting up to Jesus. Favorable matchup for Missouri. And they get an open look out of it as Barnett misses the 3. Porter in good position for the offensive rebound. 7th offensive rebound for Missouri in the game. Leads to a Robertson 3.
Yeah, that happens. That's the dagger. You get an offensive rebound, you relax a little bit, they swing it around. Robertson gets a wide open 3.
Biggest lead of the game for Missouri. Tigers have 12 second chance points.
Let's see if they go back to Taco here.
Allen instead hit his first shot of the game. He had missed 6 in a row until that one.
Nice paint touch right there. Now UCF has to see how to slow. Missouri's feeling pretty good at this end of the court. Can they disrupt them in some way?
Harris, not a scorer, out for per year.
Another offensive rebound.
That makes 8. Tigers, one of the best rebounding teams in America per year.
You see the last 3 times that Porter has touched the ball on the block. He started to dribble, but he's not trying to score. He's just trying to be a decoy and draw the defense in, and then he's kicking it out to shooters. That's good basketball. They're playing inside out.
Fall is fouled. Time to take a look at this week's menu, brought to you by Panera Bread. Saturday, a couple of unbeaten teams, Kansas and Syracuse, and the Miami Hoop Ball Invitational. And then a terrific game on Sunday, Notre Dame and UConn, 2 of the top 3 teams in women's basketball. 4 Eastern, that game on ESPN.
You see the last possession, and maybe we'll get a chance to see a replay. They led Taco with the pass. You don't need to lead Taco. Just throw it right to him. You don't need to. He had to step 2 feet off the block to attempt to catch that ball. That's unnecessary. Just snap it to him.
Allen does not use the Taco screen. Fall trying to get position in the post, but he'll never get it. Travel on to Jesus.
Okay, right here we have Taco Fall right here. And then now you see he's posting. Look at that pass. You don't need to lead him like that. Just snap it right to him. You draw a foul, but just snap it to him so he can get as deep as possible.
Terrence Phillips. Inside, Puryear got a step on Fall. He missed it. Left it right on the deck.
Yeah, that's the Taco Fall effect. He was peeking over his shoulder, wondering if Taco was coming to get it.
Just force you to rush it a hair.
I don't know about rushing. You're peeking for him. You're worried about him.
A.J. Davis.
Have to get more movement, UCF. Have to get more movement. Change size of the court.
Phillips running the point with Harris on the bench for Missouri. Junior Phillips, who started the last 2 seasons.
They're going into Porter and let him make a play.
Porter was on the post. Phillips saw an opening. Porter, nice step out. And he missed the open 2. Phillips fights, and Moomin takes away a potential offensive rebound.
Nice rebound by Moomin. You see Phillips into this half early, and he's doing what he did most of the first half. He's creating penetration and dropping the ball off to open players. He's playing well tonight.
Ball calling for it. Pass a little bit low. And on the attempted intercept, Taco commits his 3rd foul. See if Taco Fall stays in with those 3 personals when we return. Yeah, promo. Six-point lead for Missouri at the under 16 of the second half. Tigers are looking to move to 6-2. Sunday, 4 Eastern, ESPN, the 16th annual Jimmy V Women's Classic. Number 1 Connecticut and number 3 Notre Dame. 4 o'clock on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app. That's a Huskies team that had 6 young women named today to the Naismith watch list. Looking at Taco Fall right now, he is on the bench with 3 fouls. Chad Brown checks into the game for UCF.
You know, one thing I think it's important to point out, you know, we've talked about B.J. Taylor being out and Aubrey Dawkins being out, you know, but Taco has been injured all preseason. He only has participated literally in 4 or 5 full practices. And so he's still getting into game shape. So he's out as much because he's a little winded over there as he is because of the fouls. But he hasn't had the opportunity to practice yet this year. And so he's still getting into shape.
Yeah, missed the first couple of games with a hip injury. You see behind him, that's B.J. Taylor, who is out with a fractured foot. And they're hoping to have him back for the start of conference play. First game in the American, December 27th at SMU.
And he changes things for them. You know, I said this earlier on in the broadcast. You know, going into the season, it was anticipated that B.J. and Aubrey were going to be the starting backcourt. Now, both of them are out. And you have some young guys in here playing minutes that they did not anticipate playing. And so long term, and it's easy for me to say sitting over here, Johnny might not feel this way, but long term, it's going to be a good for the program, for the team this year. You see Aubrey right there, sitting up there cheering on his teammates.
Tore his labrum diving for a loose ball just a couple of weeks before the season started. I mean, that's Taylor, your starting point guard. Dawkins, who sat out last year, they loved him at 2 guard. There's Chad Brown with an offensive rebound, and he will head to the free throw line.
And that's what I've been waiting for from Chad Brown. He has to be that energizer bunny. He has to get those rebounds, get your second shots, get your deflections. I want to hear his voice a little more on the defensive end. Be a catalyst with his voice.
That's the 3rd foul, John, on Jonte Porter. So Tillman's on the bench with 3. And it looks like Porter's going to take a seat with 3 now as well. Reed Nico will check in. Porter had a great Advocare Invitational. He's done some nice things today. 5 rebounds, a couple of nice passes, but no points, a little bit muted in his impact. Round 2 for 2.
That goes to the UCF defense. They've done a good job of muting him, as you say.
What do you look to here if you're Missouri?
I think they just need motion. Phillips has been creating. I think he will continue to do that. You know, I think we need to find a way to go inside and go back out to Robertson.
Puryear will take it at Davis, and Puryear's had a tough shooting game. Just 1 for 7 before that, lays it in.
Nice penetration there.
Kevin Puryear started every game the last 2 years for Missouri. Off the bench in the opener. When Michael Porter Jr. came injured, he entered. Ended up leading the team in points and rebounds in the opener, and he's back into the starting lineup since. Blocking foul is the call here. Allen going at Nico.
Early in that possession, Missouri switched, and you ended up with Phillips, I believe it was, on Davis down in the post. And Griffin had to recognize that and come back for a post-up where they had the mismatch instead of swinging across the court.
Cuonzo Martin's going to go back to his bench here. First-year head coach of Missouri, Cullen Van Leer, with Barnett checking out. Already 5 fouls for Missouri in for 6 minutes or so of the half. Chad Brown in the post.
There we go.
That's what you wanted.
There we go, big fella. That's what I wanted. That's this group that they have on the court. He's going to have to be a force.
Van Leer. UCF with a chance to make this a one-score game. Knights at 4-2, won their first 4 before losing to West Virginia big at St. John's Close at the Advocare Invitational. Brown again. Out of bounds, it will stay with UCF.
And he wasn't successful there, but I like the fact that they're going back to him. I like his aggressiveness.
At some point here, are you thinking about getting Tillman or Porter back into the game with 3 fouls? There's still a lot of time left in this half.
I wouldn't just yet. I wouldn't say there's been a huge momentum swing. I will buy them definitely a few more minutes here.
Griffin got his defender Barnett in the air, hops into the lane, drops it off to Brown.
Now I don't know whether that was an accident or whether that was a pass. You tell me. If it was a pass, it was a very good pass.
It's an assist either way. Barnett goes off the window. The Texas transfer puts Missouri back up 4.
That was a big basket for Missouri. The crowd's starting to get into it. UCF's getting a little momentum. Chad Brown has scored several times in a row. That was a big basket.
Quiet 9-4 for Barnett, who led them in scoring just about every game last year. One of 3 Missouri players to begin the season, 4, beg your pardon, in double figures. McSpadden with a miss. Allen takes it away from Geist. On the drive, Davis is fouled.
And here you see the penetration right here. Oh, I was wrong. That's definitely a pass. That's definitely a pass.
You weren't wrong. You just asked the question.
No, you know, I asked a question, but I thought he just dropped it, to tell you the truth.
Nice play by Deion Griffin, the Louisiana Tech transfer.
Yeah, and you see the last several possessions, I think the last 4 of the last 5, UCF has gone inside. That's what they have to do. You pointed out at the start of the half, they need paint touches. And as I said, they're different kind. It doesn't have to be just throwing it into Taco. But once they get inside and play inside out, they've been successful. Chad Brown coming out, getting a much needed rest. The crowd's excited. I'm sure it's not going to be that long.
This is the first time we've seen Rokas Ovidas in the game. 6'11" sophomore from Texas Tech will play the 5. Tillman is back in, by the way, with those 3 for Missouri. Nico just checked out with his 3rd foul. So some issues in terms of fouls for Cuonzo Martin, whose team has 6 to UCF's 1. Right to Tillman on the post, and that's a good matchup with Ovidas.
It's a very good matchup. That's good recognition by Missouri. Tillman checks in with Ovidas. They go right to him. He gets the ball nice and deep, easy turnaround layup.
I figure Johnny Dawkins might just be trying to steal a few minutes for Brown and fall to the under 12, and Missouri got him down low.
I think that's exactly what Johnny's doing.
Davis turns it over. Barnett dribbled through an arm attempt. Barnett up over Davis, and the tip is there from Tillman. UCF wanted interference.
I'll say this. That's one of the few transition baskets of the game. I'd love to see that replay because I think he was on the rim. Maybe I'll be wrong again.
Your old high school sparring partner, Johnny Dawkins, agrees with you.
Now, we'll talk about that when we have a little more time. I wouldn't necessarily call myself Johnny. We played against each other, but he wasn't a sparring partner.
He did most of the sparring, you saying? Ovidas a little deep.
That's nice. That's nice. They got what they wanted. Ovidas has to put that in. Right back to Tillman.
Double comes. Tillman fights through it. And a foul called.
Here's a possession of the transition basket a few minutes ago. He lays it up. That's definitely on the rim. Johnny was right.
Score that looks like a Missouri UCF football game. The way those two teams can light it up. Tigers by 7 here in the second half. Good college basketball doubleheader Saturday, 3:30 Eastern. Harvard against number 7 Kentucky. Kevin Knox and those fabulous freshmen lead the way. And second-ranked Kansas takes on Syracuse down in Miami. The third annual Hoop Hall Miami Invitational at 5:30. Both games on ESPN as well as streaming live on the ESPN app. John, what do you think of Syracuse this year?
I think that Johnny Dawkins made a good move to come right back with Taco Fall. Ovidas gave him a nice quick blow.
You learn quickly, my friend. First missed free throw by Tillman.
So now Taco is back in the game.
Taco with the 3 fouls, but you like having him in at this point of the game?
Well, I think so. I think they had to, as we said, they had to go back with Taco or Chad Brown. Ovidas just wanted, as you said, just wanted to get them to the 12-minute timeout.
But there's an offensive rebound, Barnett. That's 9 offensive rebounds for Missouri in the game. Tigers are plus 11.5 rebounds per game on the season. Barnett buries a 3.
Offensive rebound turns into a 3. All right. If you give up the offensive rebound, you're in scramble mode. You can't look for your man. You just have to cover the 3-point line. That's the second or third time this half that Missouri has gotten an offensive rebound that turned into a 3. Down screen, dump it in Taco.
Fall. 5 for 5 for Taco Fall in the game. He's in double figures for UCF.
Let's see if we can get him some more shots. 5 for 5. Let's get the big fella the ball.
Midway through this second half, and Robertson has not scored in the half since early, but he hits a 3 here. He has 19, Robertson, a couple of early buckets, a spell, and now his 5th three-pointer.
But when he receives a ball screen, you have to fight over it. If you go underneath, he's going to stop and shoot like you just said. You have to chase him over it and make him put the ball on the floor.
Missouri's largest lead of the game. Fall throwing it away out of the double, and it was off of A.J. Davis.
Taco has to be a little more patient. As we said just prior to this, he's 5 for 5, so they're going to him. But when he catches it, even though he knows the double is coming, he has to absorb it more. Hold the ball strong, hold the ball up, and then find the cutter. He's releasing the ball too soon.
Barnett on the drive. Over the outstretched arm of Fall, who grabs the rebound.
Big possession here for UCF.
It's a Knights team that lost a couple of great shooters last year, in particular Matt Williams, one of the great three-point shooters in school history. No Taylor, no Dawkins, looking for some offense.
Taco's got to work to get the ball.
Davis on the drive.
Nice penetration right there.
Jonte Porter. Not even close, but Geist is there. Knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Missouri. Folks, help us join ESPN or the V Foundation in the fight against cancer at v.org/donate. All donations will benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research.
Now let's see if UCF can run one of their sets to go into Fall. Bring him high, let him down screen, then dump it into him. He's going to get a cross screen here. Ball reversal, Taco gets the cross screen.
Davis will take it instead,
okay.
And a chance for 3.
A.J. Davis is taking it upon himself. Goes, absorbs the contact, Nice concentration. Ball goes in. Little mix up there on that screen. It's a well-designed play.
He's not a great shooter, 35% on the year, but he's their leading rebounder, and the leading rebounder in the conference, in fact, leads the Knights in assists. He just does so many things well, A.J. Davis, at 6'9", 215.
Well, he does the things to make them win. That's what he does. He's a winner.
Back-to-back buckets for Davis, and UCF has cut an 11-point game-high lead to 7. Barnett.
Tough shot. Going to his left, over 7'6" guy.
That was as pretty as it looked over the court mop in shoot-around.
It sure was.
14 points for Barnett for Missouri. Griffin not close on a 3, and the rebound to Cassius Robertson.
Now, Missouri kind of they iced that screen, meaning ice means they don't let you come over the screen. They force him to the baseline, and he settled for a quick shot right there.
Phillips wrapping around for Tillman.
Right there, you see Phillips just probing the defense. He gets in there not thinking about shooting, just trying to see if he can make someone else's man commit to him, which he eventually did. Dropped it to Tillman for the easy dunk. Phillips been doing that the whole game.
Timeout taken by UCF. This ties Missouri's largest lead. With you here as part of V-Week, the V Foundation for Cancer Research. It's been 24 years now since Jim Valvano and ESPN founded it. The folks here have done amazing work. More than $200 million in cancer research grants. We all know somebody that's been affected, and the wonderful thing about the V Foundation, every penny of their direct donations awarded to cancer research. Thanks to the folks at the V Foundation for what they do every day. UCF under 7 to go, down by 11, and they get a rare three-pointer. Dayon Griffin with his second of the game.
You know, prior to that, they had missed 9 of their last 10 threes. You know, which is glad that one went in, but they have to go inside to Taco. Taco is still 5 for 5, and so you need to make him get it into him and let him make a decision.
The bad news for Missouri, Jonte Porter's not scored in the game. Maybe their best all-around player this year. The good news, they lead by 8 nonetheless. Porter out of the game with 3 fouls. Kevin Brown, John Thompson, third. I mean, are you bringing Porter back into this game if you're Conzo Martin? Are you just rolling with this lineup?
No, I think I'd go back with him. And correct, he's not having his best game. Correct, he's not putting points on the board. But when it comes down to it here, we got 6:39 left. His ability to handle the ball, to create mismatches, and then make others better, I think that you're going to have to go back with him. This is another ball handler.
He will not break the huddle now. It has been Phillips who's played most of the game at point guard for Missouri, with Barnett, Puryear, Tillman, and Cassius Robertson, their leading scorer with 19. Balanced Missouri team, we talked about it, 4 players in double figures. But tonight, Robertson, Barnett, and Tillman have combined for all but 7 of Missouri's points.
Now you see UCF come with a little token pressure here.
Is that just meant to slow down the offense from getting into your sets right away?
I think so. They're also picking up a lot harder, denying, trying to be a little more disruptive.
Missouri,
Phillips is going to probe and look to pass.
Really just getting into the offense with 10 to shoot. Davis, long arms on Robertson. Tough shot with Davis behind him and Fall closing.
UCF has to know at this point, when Phillips penetrates, he's not trying to score. You have to stay at home. Make him make a tough shot over Taco. He doesn't want to take those.
That's a great point. He hasn't taken a shot in the game. 3 assists for Terrence Phillips, the junior point guard. Here's the touch for Taco, and he'll be called for clearing out an offensive foul. 4th foul of the game against Taco Fall.
Yeah, you know, Taco needs to work a little harder in that possession. They clearly wanted to go to him the entire possession. Tillman pulled the chair out on him right there. I'm not sure whether that was clearing out. I think Tillman just pulled the chair on him. Taco fell.
Taco's going to stay in the game with 4 fouls and nearly 5.5 to go. That pass was off of Tillman, and De Jesus let it go out of bounds.
Now let's see down this end. Taco's looking like he's a little winded. This big fella is not. This is the wrong time in the game to be tired right now. He's got to work to get the ball.
19.5 minutes only in the first 4 games. Some foul trouble, but also 7'6", 295. You're not going to play 30, 35 minutes a game. Plus, he's coming off that hip injury at the start of the year. Up top, here's Taco, and he missed the dunk.
That's nice execution. Taco's got to finish.
First missed shot of the game from the field for Taco Fall.
It was the easiest shot he had all day. You can't go under this.
Robertson. That is a tough shot.
You go over it, you force him to take those shots. You go underneath, he's going to stop behind and make the shot all day as he has been doing. They switched up how they played that on-ball coverage right there.
Inside fall on Tillman. Little floater will fall.
Taco's tired. He's got to suck it up right now. His teammates need him right now. He can't be stopped down there. He can't get into fatigue.
Should get a breather soon at the under 4. UCF hoping to hold the lead at 6 or cut into it when they get there. Robertson on the flip down. It comes to Tillman, and he flushes Missouri into an 8-point lead.
That was some nice interior passing right there.
Jeremiah Tillman, originally an Illinois commit, 6'10", 252, a top 50 recruit out of East St. Louis, hometown of Conzo Martin, part of this amazing freshman recruiting class. Even without Michael Porter, this is a dangerous young team.
You know, I think they need to keep trying to feed Taco from the top. It's harder to double him. On the side, you can double. Just get it to the top of the key, snap it into him, help can't come.
Let's all unite. That was Jimmy V's dream.
The Big Apple is lit. Zags and Cats, Juice in Connecticut. It's the Jimmy V Classic.
Jimmy V Classic from the Mecca Tuesday night. Terrific doubleheader. That first game should be awesome, in particular Villanova and Gonzaga. We're here in Orlando. We'll see if the Knights have a run in them. 3.5 minutes or so to cut into this 8-point deficit.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see on makes if UCF scores here, are they going to go to their little 2-2-1 press and then settle back into an aggressive zone, or are they just going to stay with their aggressive man-to-man?
Allen hop-step, rejected by Tillman. Out it comes to De Jesus, and he buries a 3, his first of the season.
Timely. Allen got himself in a little trouble. Lucky bouncer out there. De Jesus buries it. Now what do we do? They're in the man-to-man. Going right to Tillman.
A lot of pressure on Puryear. Tillman with a little jumper over fall, and Davis clears it for UCF, which can cut this to a 1-score game. Down the stretch, Missouri with all 3 second-half timeouts. The Knights have 2. Taco Fall playing with 4 fouls.
Come get it, Taco.
Instead, it's Davis.
Whoa.
Oh, lays it in with a chance for 3. A.J. Davis.
A.J. Davis, and 1 possession ago, De Jesus hits a shot. This time he creates, makes an excellent pass to give Davis a chance for a 3-point play. Nice penetration, draws a couple of guys, dumps it off to Davis. That was De Jesus again. Nice unselfish basketball right there. Great concentration on the layup. A lot of people would just throw that up there and go to the foul line and make 2 foul shots. concentrates, puts it in. Big potential three-point play right here.
A.J. Davis is somewhere behind there. Only 2 for 5 at the foul line for Davis tonight. Had to get this spot cleaned up over on the baseline.
Yeah, I think Taco may have told them to take their time and clean up that that spot right there.
Get a little extra breather for Johnny Dawkins' group. What is Johnny thinking right now with 2:33 to go? What is his top point of emphasis over on the bench?
Well, if they can just create more pressure down at this end, and then they have to limit the second shots. They've been stopping the first attempt, but Missouri's been getting second shots. Now the crowd's in it.
Phillips. We get a timeout. Yes, we did. That's Missouri's first of the half. We'll be back in 30. Just a 2-point game here in Orlando. An 11-3 run for UCF. The Knights have cut this Missouri lead down to 2 points.
You know, right here, we're going to see the clip in just a second. Missouri gets lucky. Phillips comes down and just starts pointing. He's been watching too many professional games. In college, you have to call a timeout. In the pros, you see that all the time. The guard will come down, or a player come down, or point at the ref. He almost turns the ball over right there because he's just pointing at the official. That in college, you have to call a timeout.
And you can see Conzo Martin mouthing timeout at him, trying to get it called. Tonight on SportsCenter at 1 a.m. Eastern, following MLS, Keyshawn Johnson will break down Washington and Dallas as the Cowboys look to snap a 3-game losing streak. See if Hacka Simmons was on display again in the Sixers game there in Boston. And Marty Smith sits down with Dabo Sweeney. SportsCenter, 1 a.m. Eastern, following Major League Soccer on ESPN. All right, Coach, with a different chair this year, but I'm going to get you in the old one right now. What's Conzo Martin diagramming out of this timeout?
Well, you got 23 seconds on the shot clock, a one-possession game. I think you go with what's been working. You know, I would get Phillips on some type of penetration and see if we can find Robertson open for a shot.
And Chad Brown is in the game for fall, getting a breather with the 4 fouls.
On ball for Robertson.
5 to shoot. Phillips banks it in.
Whoa, baby. Just like Conzo drew it up. Just like he drew it up. That's what he wanted.
Boy, that looks pretty on the whiteboard. Phillips' first shot of the game is a banked-in 3. Allen. And he is fouled by Phillips on the floor. That's the 9th on Missouri.
Shot clock's winding down. There's nothing there. Just make a basketball play. It goes in. As I said, great out of timeout execution, doing exactly what the coach wanted.
I tell you what, Phillips doesn't shoot much, but he's 5 for 8 from 3 this year. So he's made some big ones when it counts as Allen hits the first.
Big foul shot. I've said this several times tonight. I think Phillips is playing an outstanding floor game. Whether that's his first basket or not, he's controlled the flow of the offense. He's making sure that Missouri's getting the shots they want.
And they've had some tough years here of late, Missouri. This is a kid who knows how to win, Phillips. Started at Oak Hill Academy. His teams went 88-4 when he started in high school. Made a winning play in the offensive end, though. His foul led to 2 points for UCF.
Back to him. Let him create.
Nearly threw that one away. Bounce to Barnett. Phillips calling for the ball back. Robertson instead. Robertson on a bounce feed for Tillman. Left it long, and here is Davis. Dayon Griffin. And Griffin stepped out of bounds.
Bad luck. Bad luck. They got a key stop, the stop they needed down the other end. Pushed the ball, stepped out of bounds. Now let's just do it again. Penetration, goes baseline. No, easy call right there. That's the right call.
Brown is a little bit banged up right now. And it's Taco Fall still on the bench, although right on cue, he's going to check in for Brown. Jonte Porter has just returned from Missouri as Tillman checks out of the game.
And one way or another, look for Porter to touch the ball this possession. Look for it to end up in his hands. I don't mean necessarily to shoot, to score, but they're going to get it to him and let him make a decision.
Not much of the press by UCF, easily broken by Missouri. Phillips and Robertson with Porter, Barnett, and Puryear. 1 minute remaining here at CFE Arena.
Here we go.
Phillips around the screen. Over Foley, buries it too.
That's big time. That's big time.
How about a kid who didn't shoot until the final 2 minutes and change of the game, and he's hit both to put Missouri ahead by 5. Whoa, Tillman just ran onto the floor right there. Before the officials noticed it, he got back off the floor, and UCF gets a timeout. Missouri nearly went to the unintentional power play.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they come out with. He clearly ran on the court.
We just got a technical. Ted Valentine has just called a technical foul.
That's the right call. Tillman just ran onto the court.
And he was ready to substitute in. He didn't check with anybody. He just sprinted into the game. Doug Sermon conferred with Ted Valentine before the call. Those two and Chuck Jones are officials.
You know, you get into the heat of battle, and your coach screams at you, Jeremiah, get in there. And he just took off running in there. Tight game, big game for both teams. He just took off and ran in the game. And that looked like one of the Seawell games.
We're getting an explanation from Chuck Jones right now. There'll be a one-shot Class B technical foul.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Class B or C? Yes, I'm sorry.
So the lead is 5 for Missouri, as Chuck Jones just gave us explanation. Let's see it right here.
Can't see it.
We'll zoom in. We'll see if we can find out where Tillman is.
I see Konza. I do not see Tillman. This telestrator's not working.
So what you just circled, that's where Tillman was. He was sort of hidden behind view on the backboard. And UCF will get a free throw because of it. You never had a telestrate as a coach, so this is a whole new deal for you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a big play right there. As I said, Tillman just got excited, ran in the game.
Have you seen that before? Can you recall seeing that? Somebody just running into the game without checking him?
In a couple of CYO games. I don't think I've seen it. But the foul shot doesn't go in. Class B Tech gets the foul shot, and now UCF gets the ball back. But hey, man, like I said, it's the heat of battle. The kid gets excited.
Missouri still in the lead. De Jesus trying to go at Porter. Finds Griffin, who spins away. Allen is all alone. And he brings UCF within 2.
Nice execution right there.
Got a foul here. 6-second difference. Shot and game clock.
2-point game. You have to foul.
Allen will. UCF has plenty of fouls to give as well. That's only the 4th on the night, so now they're going to have to foul a couple more times. Could you be a little more aggressive here, knowing you have fouls to give?
No, I think you have to. You have to try to go for a steal. You have to try to get a trap, but you can't just let time run off the clock. You try to create a turnover quickly, and then you have to use your fouls. They saved the fouls. Now you have to use them. You got to go get him.
Phillips.
You have to go get him. Whoa!
Allen poked it away, and then he's called for the foul, hooking Phillips on the way to the ball. Still a foul to give here for UCF.
And I'm not sure if he could have just beat, he might have been able to beat Phillips to the ball right there. Good substitution.
Trying to get Fall out of the game. McSpadden is in, a good on-ball defender. Taka with the 4 fouls. Here's Robertson. And there's the foul. So now Missouri will shoot a 1-and-1 on the next.
Now Taco, after the next foul, will probably come back in the game. They take him out of the game so they can be a lot more aggressive. With him in the game, when you have to foul, his man is always going to be open. This is a good sub to get him out right now. See if you can create something. Don't foul right away. Maybe get a hard trap right here.
Phillips got away from it.
Now you have to foul.
Barnett fouled by McSpadden at 16.3. That's the guy you don't want to foul. He's 21 for 23 at the line this year.
Very good job by Phillips of splitting that trap and getting out of it and finding the right person, the person that they want to shoot the foul shots. Now here comes Taco back in for offense.
Jordan Barnett, 21 for 23 at the foul line this year.
Nice and cool. Nice and smooth right there. Big one here. Still a one-possession game.
Young man who was off to a tough start shooting this year, broke out of it in the Advocare Invitational, and he hits both.
This time Tillman checks in.
In for Jonte Porter.
Right here at 16 seconds, UCF does not need a three. Go to the rim fast, fast.
Two-possession game. A lot of action here. Griffin. Tillman with a rejection. Jeremiah Tillman, the blocked shot. And Missouri can all but seal it here.
That's a terrific play by Tillman. You know, he stayed with the trailed, and came over and got it up top. He gives up a little penetration, but stays with it, does not foul.
Which has been the issue for him.
It has been the issue. That's a clutch play right there.
And his third block to potentially end a terrific night. Still 1-and-1 here, and Barnett hits another. If this holds, this could look like an awfully good win for Missouri down the road. I know UCF's not whole right now without B.J. Taylor, but this is a team that was receiving votes in the top 25 to start the year, expected to be a contender in the American, and the Tigers are close to getting a road victory.
It'll be a very good win.
Davis got Phillips in the air, no foul. Griffin lays it in, but that'll be all. Missouri gets the victory on the road. The Tigers, who were in Orlando over the weekend and left, come back and get the win here in Orlando, 62-59 over UCF.
You know, I think that this UCF team, great win for Missouri. This UCF team is going to be fine. You know, when B.J. Taylor gets back, you know, they're getting some experience for their young guys. They were not expecting this schedule, this group to have to play this schedule, but they're going to be fine. We're excited. Great win for Conzo Martin and the Missouri Tigers.
They win it by 3. For JT3, I'm KB. Send you to Adnan Burke in the studio.